Alright, I'm recording.
Okay, it's good. I'm doing a flight of Scald, and I'm noticing a lot of mistakes that I've been making in the relationship and learning from them. I just hope I can integrate them and learn well enough that I don't lose the opportunity because I'm taking too long. Just hope that doesn't happen, you know what I mean?
You just talked right to me because you're telling me don't take too long with this anthro.
Yeah, that's a good echo. People have the right to deny love that takes too long to form because they don't want to spend their life working towards a love that may not ever manifest them for them.
I'm just letting them know that I want to wait till I get back so I can have a clear head.
Yeah.
And not worry about the trip and all that.
Yeah.
It's only 10 days or something, so for him it'll be over a month.
You know, time is different for everyone. That was a crazy cat sound. I was just thinking that out loud that we haven't asked if he has any life-threatening illnesses. You know what I mean? It's quite clearly a cat. We haven't discussed if he has any life-threatening illnesses. We've discussed the average life expectancy of his race and such, but we've never discussed his life expectancy, you know what I mean? I just noticed that. So he may have more reason than most to hurry, but I, generally speaking, don't think so. He seems to say that he has some life-threatening illnesses, but they shouldn't manifest in even with the time extension, something along the lines of 20 years of our time.
Yeah.
I get that sense. It'd be weird if a cat would walk up to us here. I'm looking at my conflict thing alternatingly from different sides and seeing how I fight myself. Very interesting work. Then I'm lowering myself intentionally to the level where the fight matters and forgetting that I'm both sides and that I'm fighting myself. It's very interesting work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feels like God work, you know? First returning to the knowledge I'm everyone and noticing how I'm fighting myself, and then getting to the level of where I'm just myself and making actual preferential choices. You're crazy! That's cray cray. The cat is cray cray. This should be a shorter session, but I do feel a long session building up. I'm going to mix one dropper full of this stuff, and then I'm going to smoke around half of this thing and mix it with the rest. So remix it.
Did you see the post I made? He wrote me a song.
No?
I channeled a song from him.
I haven't seen that. I've been keeping to the one thread where I'm posting, and I've been doing it fairly at a good rate. There's a spider on me to knock it off.
He seems to have an understanding of love. He sings somewhat about it.
Hey, would I be preaching to you while you're lying in the gutter? Futurama.
The biggest insult I ever heard on Family Guy was, no, it was King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Was someone called someone a gutter slut.
Okay. Weirdest insult that I ever heard is on South Park.
Yeah.
When the Jewish kid is running in football, and the announcer says that I haven't seen a Jew run like that since 1943. That was the weirdest insult I've ever heard.
You remember when Homer and Simpsons had that pet lobster, and
Yeah.
he's crying while he's eating his pet lobster.
I remember that. Bart having the pet cow and Homer pretending to be it so it doesn't get sent to the meat factory.
Yeah.
That was also weird.
The funniest close-ups, like zoom-ins and stuff of grotesque pictures, was like Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
They'd show the inside of the ear with like
Yeah,
fleas
with like really weird, drawn, realistic looking or weird looking thing. I always considered it a little freaky. Ren and Stimpy scared me a little when I was a kid. I was more a Powerpuff Girls guy.
They were wrestling, and the guy drove a car over the other wrestler's face.
Yeah.
Inside the ring.
And I still remember the one thing where they're trying to cut wood, and the wood block is tied to that other guy's back.
Yeah.
And the saw is tied to the other guy's pelvis, and they're trying to cut wood.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm the pitcher, you're the catcher. I'm the pitcher, you're the catcher.
yeah. Yeah, it's not gay to receive. It's only gay to put out.
It's only gay if the balls touch, they say.
Yeah. Everything else is not gay. Definitely off that camp you need to like hoist up your balls in a girdle when you do that. I can imagine two gay guys softly rubbing their balls together and going like, this is the essence of being gay. And then going like, no man, that's straight, to the other guys who have sex. Weird mind.
The gayest man on earth would call this over the top.
Our interaction.
No, there's a song that has that in it.
Okay. Flaming.
It was just people dancing around in diapers, and she said that, gayest man on earth.
Do you know, you probably haven't played Final Fantasy IX.
No.
Okay, there's this guy called Flaming Amaranth.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you can name him any, like the second part of the name, but it's always Flaming.
Yeah.
So, I took a picture when I named him Flaming Homo.
Yeah.
And I took a picture and posted it online, and I considered it like the funniest thing ever. Then I gave him back the real name and played the game. But just, you know, it's an opportunity begging to be used.
Mm-hmm.
I probably need to play Masters today, but I'm not sure. It depends on, like, if you can process the videos in a good time.
Well, I'm rendering one now. I have one more, and then I have this.
Okay.
I need to finish rendering them, and then I need to get them started to upload.
Okay.
We have like 6 videos right now.
Okay.
Plus this will be 7.
Okay, in queue. Like to be uploaded.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a couple of them are only 30 minutes.
Yeah, okay. I think, how long does it take to render the video?
An hour-long video takes about 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, then we can probably do the Masters today, or that thing has probably finished doing its thing when I come back there, or when we go back inside.
Yeah, there's one more video to do, and then this one,
Yeah.
2 more.
Yeah, but I could probably play Masters between those videos, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll see. I feel like I want to do a fairly short one where I go from state pressures and influences to like state opinion known or something like that. and then I'll be content with my modification towards multi-party democracy for a while. A lot of my allies and former allies are asking me to use my, god powers to destroy the US, and I'm like, no, you guys know I'm not gonna destroy any state because I value the complexity of life. Because of, being at war about 95% of its existence, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's 4:20 now.
Nice. Birthday of Hitler, did you know that?
No.
No, it's the International Weed Day and the birthday of Hitler.
The ganja.
Yeah, the ganja man. They cometh for you, brother. When you see the police, warn a brother.
Mota. Have you heard of that? Mota?
Nope.
Mota is Spanish slang for marijuana.
Oh.
It's Adam spelled backwards.
Oh. My name is also almost like the Kia car.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the picture where that Japanese anime girl is going like, I love you Nissan, which means brother in Japanese. And then at the last picture he hugs the Nissan car. And the Nissan company posted on a response to the picture and said, we love you too.
Yeah.
That was really funny. I love you Nissan, and the company posted a response to it. It was like, we love you too.
The funniest Twitter rivalry is Wendy's has funny responses. The burger place,
Yeah.
restaurant. They people insult them, and so what did someone say? Someone did something and got free nuggets for life or something from them. They said if I could get 1 million likes or something,
Yeah.
and they got 1 million likes.
Yeah. Did you notice that Elon Musk was asked why there's no Flat Mars Society? And he responded, because everybody can see that it's round, and I belong to the Flat Mars Society on Facebook.
Yeah.
And we saw that post as a group, and I said that I'm going to post the response where we say that somebody should get him into the group from the Flat Mars Society account, so that, it looks like Flat Mars Society is responding, but,
Yeah.
I do it. And not from the account, but linking to the account, the post that was already there. And it got 950 likes and 11 shares in a couple of days. And I was like, nice! From the Flat Mars Society responding, it's rude that you don't know us, you should ask us. You should ask to join our group.
Is that a parody group or a serious?
Parody group. They all very strongly believe that the universe is composed only of matter and energy, which makes all objects, in the ultimate sense, two-dimensional. They're very scientific about it, but it's mostly a parody group. It's the Mars Society of the Flat Earth Society. It's very funny. The universe is composed only of matter and energy and an infinitely expanding event horizon in a nothingness, which makes it two-dimensional. It creates the holographic feeling of the third one. Or to quote our DNA, two strands formed together form a third one. Looking at the Norse map until you understand what the conversation's about is actually quite dangerous. You've seen Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
It's like one of those orbs that they have that every evil being can see through. You can, after you look at it for a while, really get the sense that every evil creature on Earth is watching you when you're watching that thing.
Yeah.
You can like really distinctly get that sense. It's really like creepy. You have to have like a really good love and defense reaction. You have to like immediately be able to love them when they attack you. If you start fighting with them, it's gonna go all to hell.
Yeah.
The cat is clearly contributing to us. I don't see it anywhere. It's clearly a spirit contributing to us. A guardian cat, if you will. Skull being really out of tune. Trying to make like a cute sound. Anything on your mind?
Just trying to remember that song he wrote. I channeled it, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
It talked about love and stuff, but that we kind of own each other, but we're each our own self too.
Yeah. Is it like online?
Yeah, I posted it.
Okay.
I don't know if it was just me writing it or I channeled it or what, because if I wrote a song, it probably would sound almost similar like what.
It's harmony. The elements of harmony. Have you ever watched My Little Pony?
Not an episode, no.
I
know what it is, but
if you want a really like weird, crazy Western thing with like a weird, over-the-top signal that's not like good or bad, it's just like really weird.
yeah,
You know, I'd recommend it. It's like very loving, but the whole message from the series is just weird.
is it campy or something?
It's campy. It's very like you have to be good to everyone, and then they like punch dragons in the face.
Yeah,
You know, it's like weird. They're not like what you would expect a show like that to be.
is that the one that has Discord?
Yeah, Discord, like Q from Star Trek, very similar. Has like huge magical abilities and befriends one of the ponies, and they like drink tea together. It's really weird. Then Discord tries to appear normal and starts losing all his body and his like all his powers and his body, and the other pony's like, you have to be weird, and starts messing up his apartment to make it look all weird so he'll get his Discord powers back.
Yeah.
It's really weird. And then they play a Dungeons and Dragons like role-playing game with Discord and the other sidekicks, and it's just weird. I would like, if you feel like getting into a loving weird thing, I would recommend it.
Do you think Sauron on Lord of the Rings is the epitome of evil?
Very close. Seems like a destructive chaos demon trying to become a demon prince or a god. It wouldn't be the epitome of evil, but it's like evil.
Yeah.
If I had to guess like what's the epitome of evil, I would say the warp itself.
Oh.
Like the fact that there's intelligent infinity is basically the epitome of evil, because everything happens and is acceptable. It's just a matter of how well you tune into it.
Yeah.
That thought is basically the epitome of evil, but it's also like truth incarnate.
When you put infinite before a word, you got to be careful what you say, because that's powerful.
Intelligent infinity. Infinite intelligence.
There's been times where I don't say what's on my mind because I don't want to put a word on record that may influence somebody.
Yeah. I've also held back a little, but I think I should do these things as open as I can make them.
In the warp, is there such thing as infinite torture? I read that before, but
sounds plausible, but I wouldn't know. It sounds plausible.
Nothing. You don't stay anywhere forever.
Yeah,
you always evolve out of something.
That's the point of like intelligent infinity, that nothing lasts forever, just for the fact that you can drop into an infinite torture. But I would say that as long as the warp has existed, there's probably been at least one entity that's tortured by its existence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, as long as something has existed, another person has been tortured by its existence, like God being tortured by the existence of the universe, but still desiring to use it. You know what I mean?
So it doesn't have to be a scary thing, that concept, does it?
It doesn't feel like that. The infinite torture of being self-sentient God, for example.
Yeah.
There probably is, but there probably isn't. Feels like that torture would turn you into Slanesh, make you lost eternally. That's just what it feels like. Probably turn you into all the chaos gods do.
Mm. Yeah, there was it was kind of a joke that somebody could have wished for infinite torture or something, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
And another kind of scary concept is infinite regression.
Yeah. Infinite regret is even worse.
Oh.
Yeah, infinite regret, that feels like a bad idea. Probably the Eldar who actually summoned Slanesh became the god of infinite regret. Probably.
You notice how our discussions are getting more like detail or advanced or something?
Yeah, it feels like that.
When I was going through schizophrenia, I got the feeling that there was going to become a second creator.
Yeah.
And I thought I was violating trust by telling people that or something. I can't remember exactly how it was.
Say oppa and enter. Yeah. Melons. What is the elven word for friends? Melons. That was still the funniest part of Lord of the Rings. Where he's trying to open that secret passage and the other guy's asking, what's the elven word for melons? For friend, and he says melons. That was really weird. Melons will open you pathways. Very sexist. If I was a female and a feminist, I'd probably be offended by that.
Does Ibulamana sound like melons? Kind of similar?
Yeah, it's a similar.
That's Elvish versus his language.
Yeah, sounds like the similar joke. That's why I made the Lord of the Rings clip where he says oppai, which is Japanese for boobs. So, you know. What's the elven word for friends? Elven word for friends. Oppai! And then the gate opens. I was like, You know, me at my finest. That was definitely one of my finest hours. Like the one where I edited Back to the Future to have, when he says gigawatt, have the guy from like Transformers say megawatt. That was a really stupid joke. Saying Megatron, megawatt. What the hell is a megawatt? You guys shut your NCO in the bottom of my account.
Have you seen that Sonic, where they take the Sonic the Hedgehog Dr. Robotnik clip where he says "Pingas"?
Nah.
He's saying "snooping ass," but they took the "pingas" out of it. And people go make songs "pingas, pingas, pingas."
But you're putting me down. I need you, but you're putting me down.
How come nobody realized Saruman sounds like Sauron? And
yeah, how come people didn't attack him because his name sounded like the evil one? Come on, man. Give him at least some opportunities. How come nobody pushed the evil king off the balcony when he started shouting to people to abandon their posts? And how come they didn't fly to Mordor? And how come everybody thinks he still says flee you fools when he says fly you fools?
Well, I heard a theory about why they couldn't use the dragon to fly to Mordor.
The eagles?
Or couldn't use the eagles.
Yeah.
Because the ring affects you based on how connected you are, and eagles are more aligned to good or something, so it would affect them a lot more strongly.
And they would drop the guy to his death from a high on place, and then they would all die horribly. Yeah, I get that too, but they really should have built a long distance catapult and launched Frodo with the ring to Mordor. That would have been the best outcome.
Put him on that tunnel to Estonia.
Dig the tunnel to hell. My mother used to read me the Bilbo stories when I was a kid, but I never got read the Lord of the Rings stories because they were so goddamn boring. Like 500 fucking pages, nothing happens. The biggest point is that they jump into a bush to hide from a guy on a horse, and you're like, just never could get Lord of the Rings books. The movie's good. The beginning isn't too long, and it's like enjoyable to watch.
I'm feeling a very strong uncertainty with him.
I'm feeling a very strong regret from everyone on the planet that they had the nuclear war between the United States and the Eastern Bloc, you know? That they had that nuclear war and it's almost destroying our planet and pulling the entire planet apart.
They have one?
They had the whole fact that they detonated 2,500 nuclear weapons on their own soils to scare the enemy.
Who did, the U.S.?
Every country. There has been around 2,500 nuclear detonations on the planet overall.
Oh.
I mean, give or take, that's nuclear war by my definition.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It's a huge amount. They didn't just have 1 or 2 or 3 nuclear tests. And I have a sense that it's in the God point of view, because I couldn't love myself, and the guys that loved me unconditionally and the girls that loved me unconditionally, you know, we're on opposite sides, and the whole thing is going to be split apart because of it. Like, reality is gonna become sunder, and I'm gonna be harvested to the people who love me unconditionally, and I'm slowly going to, like, learn the ways of love.
I don't know, maybe it might not be safe for him to come here.
Yeah, it's possible. That's the regret I get. But it's probably good for the planet and much safer for him than either of you thinks.
He would bring some light to the planet, I think.
Yeah, I think that would probably be the thing. And if I do come here, like, later on, I can really see the three of you plowing in a different room and me not caring about it, and that's like a Cupid's job, you know what I mean? I can really see that happening. You gotta start wearing diapers because you're not gonna be able to control the difference between a fart and shite. Okay, that's enough of that joke.
So the uncertainty I'm feeling is the nuclear bombs. It's not him thinking, no, I don't know if I want to do this.
It's probably you, for the first time in your life, feeling the fear that humanity and the planet has to the fact that we developed nuclear weapons. I would say that that's probably the first time in your life that you're feeling that, like, that specific fear. Could be that you felt it before, but you feel fresh or new. 2,500 nuclear explosions.
When was that?
Between 1945 and like 1991.
Oh, I thought it was like this the past month or something. Huh?
No.
I thought you said when they detonated bombs, they put a word. They had to do a thing.
They have an intention in the bomb exploding, like a specific, like, give energy to all the bees and soldiers and dead people, you know, weird things like that.
Yeah.
They were, when you look at the map of different nuclear explosions timed with each other, like in a video that's available online, that's a very good video, you can clearly see that they're talking with one another. It goes in the same, like, bubble pattern that Norse does, so it's clearly visible that they were trying to, like, talk and intimidate each other. Some of them were like friendly things with one another, but most of them seemed to be like talking or intimidation. There's a video, I think, that I made that I need to share with you, but I don't know if I have it online anymore.
Are the 2 Japanese bombs the only ones that have been dropped in war on another country?
Yeah. Others were during the Cold War. I think I have one 10 out of 10 video remaining, but I'm unsure if I can access it. The general, specific, and private one, I think its name was, is a 9, roughly speaking. Did you watch it?
Which one?
The one where I post about having like 500 kids.
No, I don't think I saw that.
It's in there somewhere, and that's about a 9, but I think I have one that's a 10 remaining. I think I should be able to access it.
What if I meet him and have a good life, and then it turns out to be just that had been a simulation? Would that still be valid?
What if you remove the value from it in your view?
I don't think so.
Indeed.
If it felt real.
Indeed, that's the reality for you.
I've been through simulations before that I had proof at the end that it wasn't real. But I still experienced it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start to look for the one video that was 10 out of 10 that should still be publicly available. I'm gonna look for it. I think it's in my Google Drive. I'm gonna link it to you if I find it. Yeah, I'm gonna do one step towards multi-party democracy in my model, and then I'm gonna wait for at least like a while, preferably a long while. I don't want to lose more control. I don't want to feel without control. I really wish you could watch me do the flight in real time and just observe what I'm doing and just have like telepathic access to my mind while I'm doing it so I don't have to explain it. Really wish you could experience that. Well, all in good time. I'm gonna go get the energy drink because I'm after. We've almost drank the entire case of the sodas. We've gone through a huge amount in a short period.
Yeah.
There's like 84 remaining. We've gone through a huge amount. It's probably conductive to psychosis, but whatever. Yeah, that's about eight a day for the both of us, roughly speaking, for 2 days or 3 days.
Oh.
That's about right.
There are alien civilizations with time travel power, aren't there?
As far as I know of. I'm experimenting with the lighter form of media control, but it's quite uncomfortable. But overall, it's probably better than staying with it, though I don't know yet. I could also go with the state of not observing cults and associations, or just one of them. Those are also steps towards liberalization. There was an interesting piece that I was looking at the flight I did today. In the Mass Effect, the enemy race is called Reapers, and they come from the intergalactic void, and they try to like occasionally harvest all sentient life in the galaxy and just pluck all the advanced civilizations and turn them into one basically huge machine AI robot that's made of the bodies of those people who were killed like per race, and then withdraw back into the void.
Yeah.
And they're doing it to preserve all life infinitely, because everybody who is in that machine will like live for infinite, and they should be able to survive the longest time until the universe dies a heat death. They're doing it for that reason. And there's this creature called Leviathan. There's a lot of creatures who are opposing them, but one of the creatures called Leviathan generated the first Reaper when they encountered the problem of mortality and wanted an answer to it, and made an AI capable of answering the question of mortality, like why we die.
Yeah.
And the moment the AI got powerful enough to answer it, it turned into the first Reaper and attacked the race and basically destroyed almost every single member of the race. And when the Leviathan were discussing the Reapers, there was one of those like errors in the speech that doesn't exist before, what I call a spirit message, when they like fumble in the speech when they don't normally fumble in the speech.
Yeah.
You know, and he called them weepers, which immediately triggered in me the brothers and sisters of sorrow thing.
Oh.
And I thought of it in terms of like the Astio beings harvesting all the like advanced civilizations and turning them to like everlasting machines in the 6.5 density. I was like, huh, it's very interesting. They call them weepers.
So 6.5 densities full of sorrow?
Yeah, brothers and sisters of sorrow. Only turning backwards to help yourself become more better, so you don't exist in such sorrow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the 6.5 density. That's the higher self, if you will. There were a lot of other interesting things it said, but that really, piqued my curiosity.
I get the sense he likes to ride his emotions with them. He doesn't fight them. Because I got this image of him sailing a boat on water, so he's kind of going with the flow. And water's emotion usually. A lot of people can psychically talk to their partner, can't they, and ask questions and get responses, and they probe them a lot and learn about them that way.
Many people do, but I would say nowhere near a majority. It is indeed a very rare ability in many regards. I'm hesitant to call it unique, but it does appear to be a rare ability.
We mentioned, probably off record, that it puts you at an advantage.
I feel like I'm going through a very deep sauna and a shower from like a water hose instead of like a shower faucet.
Yeah.
When I'm thinking of switching to one step towards liberalization in the media thing. I think it's probably best to have the media first, then associations, and then possibly something else. I feel like that's the proper order. People may be smart enough to decide for themselves without the government pressures and influences.
I tried to look up moon and star compatibility online. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find anything that shows the compatibility of these two.
Sun is usually male god and moon is usually female god.
No moon and star.
Alright, moon and star.
But star is about divine pursuits.
Yeah. It's a lot of different meanings. Feeling very deep and morose. Like a deep, over-abiding sense of sadness.
Well, I felt that earlier. I thought he was turning away in a way.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is from the brothers and sisters of sorrow, like without definition on whether or not they're hostile or not, or whether or not they want to harvest us into like machine beings, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Them
yeah.
just sending a completely neutral as far as they can make a sense of regret or sorrow or like moroseness. Not regret, that would be a negative emotion, but like sorrow and morose. Like a
Melancholy.
wash. Yeah, like a deep body wash.
Did I tell you I couldn't find the meaning of Foom, his name?
No.
Couldn't find that online. There was no record of it.
I could probably take a look for you if you want.
If you're good at finding names, it's Phum.
Yeah, I'll probably take a look. I'm gonna ask Blur to ask Vori what Foom means.
Ask who?
Vori.
Who's that?
That's one of the guys at the forum, one of the like third member or something.
Oh.
You asked who he is many times, and I explained that he's like one of the friends of Blur, basically.
Oh.
I think he has one post, I think. Very deep cleansing sorrow.
When you said it feels like washing over you, I felt him like giving me a bath. It was a very uplifting.
Yeah.
I feel the sadness, but I feel so joyful being with him that it really overs.
I occasionally get bouts of sadness like this, but it's fairly rare. I feel like what I felt at the home, but like in a short period at the home I felt it was such a long period that I didn't recognize it as sadness.
Is it somber?
Yeah, it's very somber. It's like a requiem. Requiem for a dream.
They say that movie Requiem for a Dream was kind of crazy.
It was a very crazy movie. I've seen it many times.
I don't even remember what it was about, but
it's a drug-using couple that fucks up their entire life.
I'm gonna miss your mother when she's gone.
Yeah.
In a way, I'm gonna miss her. Also gonna enjoy the privacy we have and the ability to connect well and such. But I do miss her in a way. A lot of beings are very slowly sending me regrets of things they've done in their life and are affecting me. And I'm being washed over by their regrets in slow, steady waves. That's probably because I've had so much regret from myself that they're sending me to balance it out.
He's introducing me to his friends.
Nice.
It's weird. I don't know if I'm creating or imagining this, but the psychic energy feels like it's real. Like I'm not creating it.
It feels real to me.
But his friends are giving me like a group hug, but they're all naked.
Yeah. I was just thinking what it would look like if all my friends on Eve introduced themselves to, like, Maisie Williams as Scald. Just thinking that they would appear like a group giving her a group hug but being naked while doing so because they don't have, like, they're shielding on themselves. It's like people building nuclear reactors to travel to space in the backyard.
And he's comfortable getting, he wants to get intimate with me in front of his friends. It's like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like, I'm like, I'd rather do it in private. And
Yeah. With psychic abilities, it's never like really possible to make love alone. You always kind of have the world with you. Have you played this old PC game called The Dig?
no, I think you told me about that before.
Very interesting game. I also remember telling you about it.
He's kind of telling me off a little bit that I didn't respect him by not getting intimate in front of his friends. It's like I don't trust them or something. I think he feels a little offended by that.
It's also possible that he's like trying to score with you to prove to his friends.
He says it's about respect.
Still. Maybe he feels his friends are such a part of himself that he can't go without their acceptance. Maybe it's your guys' first fight.
I'm not upset. I'm just like, okay. I want to make
Your
him
voice
happy.
went higher, I would say you perhaps are.
I'm what? A little what? Upset?
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
It's not your primary emotions, but we always have all emotions. It's easier to gauge the size of the emotion once you become like in tune with everybody having every emotion.
I didn't mind the group hug with naked anthros all around me. That was sweet.
Yeah.
But it's like, I feel it's intimate. They see intimacy as different. They're more open
Yeah.
and sharing. They like to share their life.
Yeah. But there's bound to be difficulties with him when he's coming to Earth, you know, that he has to deal with. Just like If you were moving to his culture, I would say having an orgy is pretty much a thing to have, you know what I mean? But he's moving to your culture, so he has to adapt.
Yeah.
I'm basically thinking in those terms.
Am I more upset that I upset him, or am I more upset that I think I did wrong?
I don't know, hard question.
There's always another time.
I would say you feel more upset because you feel violated of trust. I would say that's probably the main reason. A moth flew on me.
I want to be in a fur pile of furs. You've heard of, what do they call them? Well, what's it called when a bunch of people like lay on top of each other?
I have
In
no
furry, they call it a fur pile.
I have no idea.
And if it's like a sexual, it's called a mer pile. But I don't know what it's called for regular.
Regular Joes. Us deviants not knowing what a regular Joe calls a pile of people laying on him. Probably American football is what they call it. Or rugby. If all the holes in the moon would be at the same place, you would call it a mare pile.
A what?
A mare pile.
Oh.
The lakes, like structures, deep holes and moons are called mare.
Oh.
Nightmare. Night moon. You can only go backwards in time to the moment when your time machine was invented.
I don't know, because when you go back in time, you go on a different timeline, don't you?
Yeah, it's
And it would extend forever.
it's from, I think, the movie Time Traveler. He asks this creature that lives in like 800,000 AD or something why he can't go back in time, and then he explains to him that you can only go back to the point when your time machine was invented with the time machine you're using. So you can't go infinitely backwards in time, because that just starts to create paradoxes. You can't change the life decisions that make you want to build a time machine.
Yeah.
So if you never have those life decisions, you'll never build a time machine. In other words, you'll never be able to travel back in time.
Yeah.
So you only can go to the moment when you invented your time machine, but that's the narrow definition.
I decided to try again and just go all out or whatever in front of his friends, and they're like cheering and stuff. He's trying to impress them because he's on this mission and stuff, and he wants to show them that it's serious or something.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of writing a story.
Writing or writing?
Writing.
Okay.
But it's not like it doesn't come to me the same way as when I wrote a book. These are psychic impressions.
Yeah.
They're more
very
stronger.
Good for writing.
Oh.
Very good for writing. It gives you a lot of information.
I feel like mental hugs are being sent from all his friends. It's like they're all sending hugs.
Yeah. What does homosexual civil union mean to you in terms of law? What does it actually mean to you?
I don't know what a civil union is.
You don't even know that?
Not really.
Okay, it's like a lesser form of marriage. It's like a contract between two people that's as binding as marriage and gets you things like hereditary rights and such. Because the choices in homosexual rights are illegal, legal, civil union marriage are the choices. And I have it at legal, but not at civil union or marriage. What does that mean to you?
Well, I support legal. I don't plan on getting married, so I don't know.
Yeah. But for example, if you marry a man who has children, or like become involved in them with them in a real way, and the two of you together own a farm, and you die, the children who inherit the farm from you will have to pay inheritance tax and gift tax instead of just inheritance tax. If it's civil union, it's just inheritance tax. You know what I mean? There's things like that. Civil union seems somewhat more like morally acceptable because it gives the same like inheritance rights and such.
Well, here in Texas, they allow gay marriage.
Huh?
In Texas, they allow gay marriage.
Uh-huh.
They legalized that like a year or so ago.
We've had it for a few years, but I still feel like marriage is too much. I don't know why, but I just feel like that's too much. It's having a negative influence on my ability to associate with Skald in a way, but I still feel that.
Yeah.
I think that's mostly because I feel that too many gays have as the agenda of marriage of fucking with a third person, you know what I mean? They don't do it to get married with one another, they do it to fuck with a third person. It's still too common in my opinion.
Oh.
You know?
You said civil union, they call it common law over here.
I think common law is the word. I've chosen a very hard structure for my political life. It's a very hard conservative structure. They say a person becomes more conservative the older he is. I find it curious that conservatives can understand the viewpoints of Democrats and liberals, but liberals can't understand the viewpoints of conservatives and consider them evil instead of a different alignment. I consider that interesting. I doubted the accuracy of the study, but it seemed accurate. It was, I believe, on Timcast. You wanna be one of the black guys who fucks with society and live long enough to get pensions. How long?
Hour 21 minutes.
Okay. We gotta stop fairly soon. I think I'm gonna do when I do the assassination order, give it once instead of repeatedly.
Yeah, that's what you did before.
Yeah, that seems a little vindictive. I want to give the system a chance to respond and read what it gives me as the only response, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of doing it repeatedly. Like when I deny my protection, do they die or such, you know what I mean? When I tell the police chief that he's been doing a bad job, does he immediately offer his resignation? Imagine if the money on Eve is real, because I once gave another player on a whim like 170 million. Imagine if I actually gave somebody that much like on a whim. And a couple of times I destroyed like 2-3 billion ISK to give tax to Russians. That was weird. Felt like I was paying taxes. Huh?
I was laughing.
I got that much. Can you tell what you were laughing about?
In front of his friends, he kind of wanted to make me his bitch,
Yeah.
just to show that he could dominate in a way. But it was always making sure I was okay with it.
You're very devoted to him.
Well, in a way, it's a psychological thing I'm learning about myself.
Yeah.
If anything, I know myself. And I still admit this may not be real, you know, I'm not going to become psychotic over it.
And it may not be healthy, even if it's real. It could always be a lust demon. I don't know though, maybe I'm being too hard. that sense of moroseness keeps staying.
Now he's really thanking me for helping him out. I guess he had something to prove or something. I don't know, but
you might want to listen to these tapes yourself to listen to your inflection when you talk.
yeah.
It helped me a lot when I listened to myself a lot on the podcasts. Showed a lot of hidden things. For example, towards the later part of these recordings, I started speaking with a very machine-like tone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it switches to a very machine-like tone. That's from smoking too much. I start to get pushed very close to my higher self, which is a machine.
Yeah.
It starts to be very noticeable, and the answers become like law-like. And when I'm like not very high, they're very like bouncy. You know what I mean? I noticed that. I feel like the Reapers are your higher self manifesting just before you merge back with the infinite to offer you the chance to be one with all of your races before you move to the next level.
Oh.
You know, everybody in your species before you move to the next level. And they're like the harvest -1 in terms that we do, but they call themselves the harvest because they think that no species would like voluntarily die and become one with God. Your conversation about the orgy thing seemed similar to my conversation about wanting Scarlet to prove to others that she likes me and is a goddess, you know what I mean? That I'm not content with just having her, I want to show her around. It felt like I was doing to her what he was doing to you, I feel like.
Did you kind of realize that a little bit before I told you? Or did that enlighten it a bit for you?
I realized it a little bit, but it definitely enlightened it. Like, I'm not content with just having her, but I wanna like others to know her or have her, and just I wanna see like her thing in public. It's really weird. I feel like I'm violating her in a way.
I wanted to check if he's a lust demon, and I said, send me love.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel it at first, but I could barely feel it or whatever. But maybe I have a resistance because you brought that up, and maybe I have a resistance to it.
Yeah, he seems exhausted in love thing right now, instead of unable to, or like a lust. He feels like me in a way when it comes to those things right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get the sense, but I'm not sure about it. Like, he's very like morose and unable to send it, but he does feel like happy. He does kind of feel like the abusive jock type though, you know what I mean? The abusive jock type though, you know what I mean?
Oh.
The one that always bangs the new guy in the block, you know what I mean? Since you're getting psychic abilities, he's going to like go and bang the new kid, you know what I mean? Wants everybody to know that he did it just because he wants to be the first one there. But that feels very much like how I'm dealing with Skald, and I don't like it at all. I'm not doing it like in proper public like I'm doing with the Skald flight. I'm being douchey about it.
But after I did that, and he was really thankful, like
Yeah.
like when he apologized to you for sending you those images, and he was really he was as much thankful as he was apologetic to you.
Yeah. Whoa, that was a huge bug. Almost flew on me, and I started screaming like a girl. Can you imagine flinging that on my face and me starting to scream like a girl?
Maybe he gets bonus points for scoring with an alien or something.
Yeah.
Mentally. Now I feel a strong sadness.
Yeah. I'm definitely feeling sadness. I'm almost out.
Every time I bring up something new, is it like a new shocker to you?
It's not a new shocker, but it is definitely new information. When you do bring new information, it's very interesting. There's an episode of Seinfeld where one of the guys learns that you can get 10 cents a can in another state while you can only get 5 cents a can in their state.
Yeah.
And they try to plot how to get to the other state and get money from the cans more. And the other guy's like, it's impossible. I've done everything. I've done all the math. And then the other guy learns that he can use a post truck because he's a post officer. And during that particular post trip to the other state, the car is almost empty and they stock it full of like cans and drive to the other state, and they're singing in the driver's seat something about getting like $500 or something. It's really weird. It's a good one. I'm gonna fill that bottle with water and put it in the freezer or the refrigerator and drink a cup of chocolate milk. Now that really hurt. Trying to pop my neck.
Would a lust demon be able to send love?
Yeah, they can masquerade many emotions. Good pop. That was a very good pop from you back when you did that.
What do you mean?
I heard a very good loud pop when you did that.
When I did what?
When you stretched like that.
Oh.
Put your hand behind your back like
I'm
that.
trying to scratch an itch.
Yeah, I heard a very good pop. That was very pleasurable sounding. How long is it now?
Hour 42 minutes.
We gotta stop fairly soon. Well, I'm almost out anyway, so.
But if you send love to a lust demon, they don't like that, do they?
Not as far as I know of, but if it's colored with lust and gives them advantage towards lust, they may like it.
I've had this distortion towards intensity, which makes things become very intense.
Ai vittu. Ouch, that was hard. Meiltä voi tulla vaatimahan, mutta meiltä on paha tulla ottamahan. You may demand from us, but it's hard to take from us. Still feel sadness.
Kind of. Like if he does turn out to be a lust demon, then it's like now I don't have a boyfriend.
Yeah. But looking on the positive side, at least you had a boyfriend, even if it was for like 3 days. You know what I mean? Looking on the positive.